Bear on Bears fans, another edition of the Chicago Bears podcast coming your way. Pat the Designer, John Jurkovic in the building. Good kid, you're in a singing mood. The eyebrows are going. How are you, my friend?
I'm very happy today. I was not happy early. I woke up at 3 this morning and turned on the British Open.
Okay.
Could not get my eyes off of it. I started with, what game was it? It was game number 17. So there are already 48 players out on the course. And then I just watched golf up until I jumped in the shower and then I came here. But so I'm up early, I'm a little fatigued, and I had to get myself into a mood, and I started singing. Now, last night, I was listening to the great Warren Zevon for the 9 holes that I played golf.
Good,
there was
man.
a lot of great ditties that came down the pipeline there. But then this Channel Roan started singing this Pink Pony Club,
Yeah.
man. It just got me pumping.
Yeah.
Got me
Some
pumping,
people call
man.
it Chapel Roan.
I'm dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
There you go.
Then she talks about her mammy in the South.
Whoa, wait a minute.
She does. Her mom's in the South, and she doesn't want her daughter dancing at the Pink Pony Club. But
okay.
she keeps wanting to dance, and she got to pay the rent. That's the way it works.
I mean, she's making good points here. I'm not mad at it. Depends on how well financially it was.
Sometimes you go to the Tuck-a-Buck because there's young doctors and young dental hygienists in the future there.
It's
You
always
want to make sure you support that.
It's always to get through college, Jurko. You gotta
trickle down economics.
gotta
I like to call
diversify
it.
that portfolio.
Trickle down
down economics.
economics.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a trickle, all right. Let's talk about Bears football, my friend.
I like racing so much it makes my dick trickle. Great racer, by the way. Not related to Cold Trickle at all. Out of Wisconsin. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, out of Wisconsin.
You're
Dick
learning
Trickle.
me something, good kid.
He was fantastic. We raced against him up in Colorado at Colorado Springs. Pikes Peak International Raceway. He drove the number 5 Schneider car. Schneider Trucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Trickle. Absolutely fantastic. A Wisconsin stock car legend.
All right.
Along with the great Alan Kulwicki.
I actually do know Alan Kulwicki,
The Polish
which is
Prince
weird.
ran the
Why do
7
I
Hooters
know
car.
Alan Kulwicki?
He ran a 7 Hooters car. He used to do the Polish victory lap. He'd do it backwards on the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's,
Smart guy. He was an engineer. Did his own stuff on his own car, owned his own team.
this is the greatest episode of Chicago Bears podcast ever.
He won a NASCAR championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Kulwicki.
That's why. Okay.
Then he
That
died.
may be why I know him.
then
That may be why I know
He
him.
died in an airplane crash. So any Hooters you go into, you'll see a picture of when he won the NASCAR championship in the 7 Hooters car. That's him. So, there you go. There's a little history.
Rest in peace to Alan Kulwicki.
How about that?
Hey, listen, we got to
We cover everything.
We
First
got
of
to
all.
get the Bears football.
On Chicago Bears podcast, we cover everything.
Everything. Especially on an episode where Jurko is on. We got to get the Bears football here, but unfortunately, we found out about the passing of Harry Teinowitz. I can't have you on the podcast today. Rest in peace to Harry. Can't have you on the podcast today without you giving us your best Harry story.
Well, I mean, it's not that it's the best Harry story. Me and Harry once almost got in a fist cup. We were in Boston, and Harry was looking to buy a bobblehead. There was a Roberto Clemente bobblehead, like right there on Yawkey Street, right across. They had started shutting that down. They're one of the first teams that was going to shut down a road. That way, all the business can be conducted on the road across the street from the park. And then they'd get a little bit of taste. They'd wet their beak. Harry, well, unbeknownst to Harry, because Harry never wore hats, he probably didn't have a lot of guys that wore hats, but Harry flicked my hat off. I was wearing a hat back in the day. I don't wear hats anymore, but I had a baseball cap on, and Harry went and he flicked it off. And I had to tell Harry, I said, Harry, not for nothing, I said, but you don't flick a man's hat off. You flick a man's hat off, I said, you're going to cause yourself some problems.
Little fisticuff action.
Harry kind of was giggling, he was laughing, and I could tell he did it as a joke. He didn't know what he actually did. But I was hot and bothered, and I had to walk away. But, Harry didn't do it maliciously, and there's not a malicious bone in his body. Everybody talked about how wonderful Harry was and how inviting he was, and how, everyone, didn't matter if they were an intern or whoever, Harry treated him with kindness, and he treated him with respect.
Yeah.
And, that's the way he was. He was just a kind individual. He was all-inclusive. He wanted everybody to be a part of everything. And he was a good guy. But that's the only time Harry and I really had crosswords.
Little cross.
Then when I had to pay him $2,000 when Rex Grossman started every game. I had to pay him $2,000.
Weirdly enough, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that radio. I was a kid.
I paid him
I
in-
loved ESPN back in the day.
Paid him in pennies. No, Nickels, dimes, and quarters.
He paid him $2,000 in nickels,
dimes, and quarters.
Was he ready to fight you that day?
No, he was happy because Matt gave it to him in singles and fives. Singles and fives are a little bit easier to convert. So then Harry took the money and he signed an intern, all inclusive, like I said. He assigned an intern to take it to the bank, and the bank went ahead and counted it, but they took their cut.
Yeah.
And then I think the kid may have dropped a little bit something as he was rolling all the money there. So he may have dropped something. He goes, well, I was $239 short. I go, when I gave you the money, I gave you $2,000. Once you took possession of the money and did with it what you did with it, I go, that's where you lost your $239. I go, but that's your responsibility. I go, that was yours. But that's probably the only other time he might have been a little cross with me.
I love it.
But no, he was great. I remember being introduced to Bruce Levine. He'd introduce you to John Rooney, Ed Farmer before I ever knew him, right when I started on the beat. All the guys that were with the Cubs, the Stone Pony, all those guys. And, Harry would just say, hey, this is this guy, this is this guy, this is this guy. Everybody he knew, he introduced you to. So he's a good heart, good soul.
Yeah.
And that's who he was, and that's the way we'll remember him.
I think that so many people who have gotten a chance, fans who got a chance to meet him. I mean, even yesterday, just talking to people on the streets and stuff like that, like everyone echoed that sentiment. I got to meet Harry at this bar, got to meet Harry at this club, got to meet Harry here. And he was the greatest guy ever. Like nobody ever, to me, yesterday, it seemed like nobody had a bad thing to say about Harry, and that's truly what it felt like listening to you guys on the radio all those years. So rest in peace, Harry. We're going to miss you, buddy. Tough to transition out of that into some Bears football, but got a little Chicago Bears football to talk with you, good kid.
What do we have? Are they in camp yet?
They will be in camp next week. We are 6 days away now, 7 days away, somewhere in there. And got our rookie here, Shamar Turner, signed. I want to ask you about something that you had an issue with last year and get your feelings on it this year. Last year, you talked about how Ryan Poles was building this thing outside in, and it made absolutely no sense to you. There was going to be this difficulty for linebackers and things like that.
I didn't say that it doesn't make sense. I go, usually when you'd build a team, I'd build a team a specific way. Right. I would do it. You can do it another way. I go, but it becomes a little bit more difficult. Right. Not that you absolutely cannot do it. You can do it because you might get to your position in the draft, and the best players are not at the positions you need.
Right.
If you got a pick in the second round and the top 12 offensive linemen are off the board, do you want to settle for the 13th one there, or do you want to get yourself somebody that might be a higher rated position at another position? So it's not that you can't build it that way. It's just the more difficult way of building a football team. So
do you feel like he has done it the right way finally with how he's addressed the lines this offseason, how he's now addressed the defensive line, and even addressing it in the draft, second round for offensive and defensive line?
Right. So the most important positions on the team are a pass rushing defensive end, left tackle, a corner, a shutdown corner if you can get one. But the most important position is the quarterback.
Right.
So you can do everything to support a quarterback, and if the quarterback doesn't get it, then it doesn't make a difference what you've done for him offensively. It's going to become difficult. With Ben Johnson, with him as the offensive coordinator, along with Caleb, along with shoring up the interior of the offensive line where he'd be able to climb the pocket, addressing your receiver depth issue, because at some point you're going to want to become inexpensive there, whether you like it or not. DJ Moore, if he's only catching 60% of the balls, is really not going to be as productive a player. It's not DJ's fault, but it's the quarterback's fault.
Right.
Or the offense's fault. So no matter what, you're always looking to get cheaper at positions. You can't pay two corners. You can't pay two safeties. It doesn't work that way. So at some point, you've got to make decisions as, do we pay a guy top-level money for not being a top-level talent? Those are the questions that you've got to ask, and those are the tough decisions that football teams need to make sometimes, that we have to be able to move on from some people, because as good as they are, they're just not good enough to get paid that amount of money.
Yeah.
So what do I hope? I hope Caleb is the real deal. I think he's going to get the time. Hopefully he's going to understand the offense, and he's going to be wheeling and dealing the football all over the place. Last year, the Bears defense gave up the 13th most amount of points, and the Bears offense scored the 27th most points in the league. It's not good enough. You got to score in this league.
Yeah.
You got to be able to put points on there. So it's not good enough. So do I think Ryan Poles has done a better job addressing the obvious weaknesses on his team? Yes, and I will see what kind of decisions they make moving forward with the players that they end up keeping on the final 53-man roster.
You bring up Caleb there. Is this in your mind, it's only year 2, but is this the make or break kind of season of like, look, we've given you everything. If it don't click for you at this point, we're in trouble.
Well, I think he did enough last year to let you know that he's a legitimate quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the hesitation I want gone. The indecisiveness I want gone. I think I saw enough signs out there that he can have a command of an offense, and this is going to be a better offense, I hope. It's going to be an offense where they're going to be able to run the ball because the offensive line is a better offensive line. So you're going to run the ball. You're going to be closer in a lot of games, so your play calling is going to be more toward 50-50. So it's going to keep everything open for you, the play action pass, all that other stuff. It's going to allow you to be a little bit more dangerous. That's what you're hoping for, and you're hoping that makes Caleb a better player.
Yeah. It is the DeAndre Swift stock moving in the right direction? Not to say price-wise, he's here no matter what. Price-wise, it is what it is. But do you feel like you're going to get the –
I don't worry about the running back position the way other people worry about the running back position. Whoever's back there, be it DeAndre Swift, Rosh Khan, if he's still here. The kid.
Kyle Monunga.
Yeah, Kyle Monunga.
Big Monunga.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue. Remember Kylie Minogue? Singer. See, I'm musical today.
You are. You're a songbird today, Jurko.
Monunga. Whoever it is, I think they're going to find a way to be productive. I think they're going to split between 2 backs back there. Whoever the second back is going to be a happy little camper. Either way, the backup running back and the other running back are going to have to be able to play special teams. The 4th and the 5th depends how many they keep.
Yeah.
They're all going to have to be able to play special teams. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the young tight end. Hopefully he'll be ready, to play.
Got a good update on Colson Lovelace. Seems like he feels ready to go at training camp. He's right on track, he says. So we'll get to see him out there. I'm very intrigued to see if Ben Johnson builds this team. He said he was going to build this offense for the team he has.
Yeah.
With Cole and Colson, I do wonder how much 12 personnel we're going to use and how much you're going to utilize both of those guys.
Well, I mean, percentage-wise, you're probably going to be in regular an X amount of percentage, 25%. You're going to be in 3 wides, probably 30%. 4 wides, probably 10 to 12%. So your goal line package is your joker package with 3 tight ends in there. So, how much do you leave yourself for 12 personnel?
Yeah.
Is it 10 to 15%, 12 personnel? That's what I think you're going to have.
Do you not see the opportunity for as much 12 personnel as maybe some people are expecting?
If they go 12, it's going to take out of your – if they go 12 personnel, it's taking out of your 3 wide receiver set.
Yeah.
So if you believe your most dangerous grouping is DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Burden, and –
Loveland or Kmet.
Yeah. Then I think you'd rather be in that. I think your versatility to run and pass could come out of 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back. I think your versatility there, because you could always pop Colston out and make him the 3rd wide receiver.
Right.
Because he's good enough to be able to run that kind of stuff for you. So that's what you're hoping for. If they do go 12, that's what you're looking for. Ability to run out of it, the ability to pass out of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting season.
Especially with play action.
I do. Oh, I need me some play action, Jurko.
That means you've got to establish the run if play action is going to work.
That would help. It was a lot of – we didn't run a ton of play action last year, but when we ran it, you could just see defenses going, well, you're not giving it to him, so we're following the quarterback. Thank you for this. I do want to ask you this about the running back competition that could happen here. But first, we do got to give a shout-out to our sponsor. Chicago Bears Podcast is brought to you by the Advantage Dealer Group. Find your next Chevy, Toyota, or Acura and drive off in under 60 minutes, and they'll make your first car payment. Also brought to you by the Hard Rock Casino in Northern Indiana. Las Vegas-style gaming just 30 minutes from Soldier Field. Exit 6 right off of I-80-94. You want to tell us about Mitch Lyons?
Yeah, MitchLyonsWealth.com. That's where you want to go for a game plan for retirement. And we're talking about not just what you've saved. We're talking about how you're going to make your money work for you. MitchLyonsWealth.com. There's a book on there. There's a video on there. And it's never too early to start preparing for your retirement. That's what you've got to remember, and that's what Mitch Lyons wants to get across to everybody out there. You're in your mid-20s. It is never too early to start planning for your retirement. I know you go, oh, man, it's 40 years away. But this is the two things you need to make money. Time and money, okay? When you're 25, you got all the time in the world. Now you got to set aside a little bit of money and make it work for you. Yeah. That's what we're doing. MitchLyonsWealth.com.
Tap in with Mitch Lyons. Let me ask you this, good kid, before we let you get up out of here. When you look at this running back room right now, does this feel like a year where the Bears are going to try and right a wrong or right a mistake or whatever you want to call DeAndre Swift and get cheaper at that position, let some of the Roschon Johnsons or Kyle Manung guys possibly get more of the carries, or do you feel the money dictates who's going to be the number one?
I think they're going to find their two best players, their two most versatile players, because the running back has to catch the ball in this Ben Johnson offense. So the two most versatile players, your two best running backs are going to find a way to get action in there. That'll be decided by Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy will decide who's going to and who's not going to get the football. I don't think it has anything to do with money.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift at some point proved something to somebody that he could play. That's why he gets paid. So the Bears decided to pay him. They didn't want to pay David Montgomery. Detroit didn't want to pay DeAndre Swift. So they ended up, take a look. We'll take one to the other. DeAndre Swift went somewhere else, and now he's here.
Went to Philly.
I just care about the offensive line.
Yeah.
And if the offensive line is blocking, any running back that's behind there is going to have a chance to be successful. And the only thing I ask is when the football is thrown, do you catch it? When it's handed, do you hold on to it?
Yeah.
That's all I ask of my running backs. I do not expect a lot. I expect a bare minimum, and the bare minimum with a good offensive line should be enough.
Yeah. We'll see what ends up happening. How do you kind of rank positional importance? You kind of did it, but if you were going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quarterback 1.
Defensive line, offensive line,
3.
Safety. Not safety, corner. So, I mean, and then receivers, all special teams, and then tight end.
Tight end coming in last, but that's our top 10 pick.
Teams, even long snapper.
All special long snapper. You got Troy Taylor over Colston.
I'll take a retired Patrick Scales.
No. All the Troy Taylor hate, but you're going to hit long snapper over him.
I never hated Troy Taylor. You just don't draft punters. I don't get it.
I'm right there with you.
Don't get it. Hopefully, he's got a new contract, so.
He's going to be here for a little while. Hopefully he punts a little bit better than what we saw last season.
Well, I'm talking about 2029, Ryan Poles.
Yeah, you talking about Ryan Poles.
Ryan Poles, contract extension. Boy, I wish I had his gig. I'd have a contract till I'm 90.
Jurko, you may have a contract till you're 90, you just don't know it yet. I think we're on a kind of a, whenever Jurko just walks out that door and says sayonara, lakanoch,
it'll be
that was it. That was the end, I guess.
It'll be one day.
Hey, man, we appreciate
How about that? I featured Duncan prominently.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. How can they not be like a big sign right behind us?
You gotta,
right there next to our ESPN Chicago stuff.
They got to send us some money.
I mean, what are we doing,
They got to send us some money. Duncan,
I mean, take a look at this. That's product placement.
That is phenomenal product placement.
What do you guys need to get hit in the head? What do you guys need, a ball peen hammered into the temple repeatedly over and over? Boom, like Chinese water torture? Look at this.
That's how you get them in here.
This is ideal.
That's how you get them in here.
That's right. You got to ask the questions.
Stay tapped in with the good kid. He's going to be live on Carbon and Jurko. Stay tuned in with us here on the Chicago Bears podcast, man. There's going to be more coming your way. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Yeah. For Jai Jurkovic, your boy, Panther Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.